Welcome to June's second quantum activation. This is Quantum Magnetism Activation number 2, Desire Without Desperation, to continue the series of manifestation beyond the mind. If you're new here, I'm Holly. I'm a shaman and intuitive development coach, and I help intuitive empaths harness their gifts to manifest a life wilder than their wildest dreams with precision and ease. And inside the Intuitive Alchemy Collective this month, we are working on quantum magnetism. So I'm so excited to continue our study on this principle of manifesting beyond the mind, which is about activating your energetic field and allowing your natural magnetism to attract and repel what you want and what you don't want, respectively. So, the core energetic principle of this activation is that desire is sacred, but desperation distorts it. So, whatever you desire in this life is meant to be yours. Whatever you want, whatever comes up for you or you can't stop thinking about is meant to be yours. But when you chase it like you need it, like a creepy boyfriend, it distorts it and it ruins it and it makes it want to go away. So your field is distorted as a result. And instead of attracting what you want, you're attracting what you don't want and you're repelling the things that you do, much like a magnet. So we want to use this magnetic force and harness it so that we could use it properly and recalibrate our energetic essence or our frequency. The more you need something, the more you're affirming its absence, and that is rooted in lack. Your natural state is abundant, so it's time we start owning that. Magnetism requires energetic congruence and not obsession. You have to be in alignment within like you already have it in order to call it in. Because if you are not an energetic match, you will not be on the same frequency and you will not be able to attract whatever you desire. Your frequency tells the field whether you're in alignment, not your thoughts, and not your rituals. So, this incorporates one of the universal laws, the law of detachment, which is to acquire anything in the physical universe, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. So, detachment does not mean giving up. Detachment means letting go of the how, when, and through whom it happens because those details are not up to you. It is part of the divine and collective consciousness that brings your desires into fruition. So the lag time from where you are and where you want to be incorporates divine timing and your detachment from your desires. So the sooner you detach from it like you don't need it, the sooner you call it in. So I would start exploring in your life maybe where that's happened before and start to go from there. What did you embody and what was your attitude when you were decidedly detaching from the thing that you wanted, that you were done obsessing over it. You knew that you weren't going to get it, so you were just like, whatever happens, happens. And then it happens. Like people who try for years to get pregnant. They try and they try and they try, and the second that they stop and they don't focus on it and they don't stress and worry about it, which just proves that you don't have it, it ends up happening. So it invites infinite possibilities rather than micromanaging the outcome and worrying about it to death. It's not up to you to make it happen. You need to take inspired action and do your due diligence to make your things come into fruition and set your intentions accordingly. But it's not up to you to decide when and how it's going to happen because your plan could always change and it'll adapt to the feedback that you get from the universe that you call failure. This isn't failure, it's redirection. So the field responds when you stop interfering with it. The more detached you are, the more room the quantum has to deliver better outcomes than your mind could even imagine. And so that's why it's not up to us to understand how things are going to happen because when you let it unfold naturally, it happens in the most magical way and it's infinitely better than you could ever have imagined. And whatever is for you in this lifetime will never pass you by. So there's no point in worrying about it. You shift from, I need this to happen, to, it's already happening. I just need to stay in alignment with that version of me who has it. So if you want to live a life of ease, but you're hustling every day and forcing things, you're not in congruence with the lifestyle that you want to live. You need to start that now because the only time that matters is now. The future doesn't exist and neither does the past, only the present. So just relax and allow things to unfold naturally, knowing that your heart is guiding you to where your desires are because that's where your desires come from. So lead from the heart. Another universal law that comes into effect is the law of least resistance, which is allowing flow and getting rid of energetic blocks that distort your magnetic field. So the universe follows the path of ease and alignment and not force. It's its own force, but it has to flow. So water doesn't force its flow, it adapts, flows, and receives direction from gravity, which is part of your magnetic field. So when you root yourself in the present moment, and you don't focus on the things that you don't have or the things that you're trying to chase after, and you just embody the present moment, you're only focusing on the next step. So you're rooted and grounded in the present while taking the proper steps to move forward. And that will be revealed to you as you stay present and just take the next step, which comes up through your intuition. So resistance creates energetic static and delays the manifestation. When you open that channel of flow, it wants you to go the easiest way possible. Humans are lazy by nature, so the law of least resistance is like going after things that are low hanging fruit or using the resources that you already have to get you to where you want to go. You don't have to, for example, buy a camera to start doing photography. You have your phone. Or if you wanted to record a podcast, lots of people start with just the phone that they have in their hands. So this is about just doing things that feel good to our nervous system, releasing resistance, that detachment, and just letting that flow carry you. And so it wants you to just go the path of least resistance, the easiest way possible. It's you who makes things hard. So when you're pushing and you're striving and in chasing, you're in resistance. Or when you're ignoring your intuition and not taking inspired action because you procrastinate or you're afraid of what people will think or you don't feel comfortable holding the things that you want to manifest because they're so big. How could your nervous system handle it? So your job is to clear that internal resistance and not force external outcomes. Your job is to just soothe your nervous system and to allow and to, if you notice that resistance comes up, to analyze it and question it and ask, why am I resisting? Why is this coming up? And why is it stopping me? And why do I allow it to stop me? And are the things that are coming up for me, are they even true? Do they feel true? Or do they even resemble the beliefs that I want to have in order to live the life that I want to live? Like, assuming money comes only by hard work blocks you from the possibility of money being easy or getting paid to exist. So just allow the mental clutter to come up, but don't give it any mind. Don't allow it to stop you because that is putting a dam in front of universal flow and it prevents you from flowing down the path of least resistance. You're putting blocks in the way that you have to overcome. So simply just allow, just be and soothe your nervous system every day and just focus on the next step. So I want you to contrast these frequencies to go from a desperate state into a magnetic state. Go from I need it now to I allow divine timing. Asking why isn't happening and realizing it's already unfolding in the exact way that it needs to. What else should I do? As opposed to who do I need to be? Emotionally reactive energy could turn into emotional regulation when you start to harness your nervous system and soothing it and allowing. And then desperate energy comes in timeline panic and thinking that you're behind or something has to happen fast or something terrible is going to happen as a result of things not happening fast enough. Meanwhile, it never does. So you just need to trust the timeline and trust that everything blossoms in its own way at its own time, and that includes you and your manifestations. So here's some nervous system wisdom for you to help you soothe your nervous system and to just keep your head above water while you're trying to manifest and get out of survival mode and learn to be in a centered and grounded state to allow the things to come in naturally instead of forcing or chasing. So urgency as a result is a trauma pattern. It is not spiritual ambition. You do not need to rush or force things. You are not behind. Time isn't real. Detachment is a somatic safety cue to your system. We're okay now because we're not worrying about the income. You have everything you need today. The Lord gives you his daily bread. He doesn't worry about giving you daily bread 5 years from now or a year from now for you to survive. He provides you everything you need in this moment of time. And usually, if you're blessed, you have food in your belly every day and a roof over your head and clothes on your back, warm water. Allow these things to comfort you because these are fulfilling your basic survival needs. And unless these are like all constantly threatened at the same time, you're safe. And it's your job to tell your body that you're safe so that you can feel safe in your body, especially when you're trying to expand it to hold and multiply the things that you're manifesting. So stillness signals clarity because when you learn to just be still and not run away or shove things down, your emotions come up. And when you're in stillness, so many things, ugly things, can come up for you. And that's why people use coping mechanisms or addiction or distractions to keep them from feeling the things that their body wants to feel so that these emotions could be processed properly. So when you learn to sit in stillness and to observe the things that come up in that stillness and to integrate them and reprocess them properly because you are safe no matter what. These emotions might feel uncomfortable, but they're literally just sensations that act as blocks when you shove them down. So you need to open up that flow by allowing stillness to heal your wounds because when you do start to sit with things with the intention of processing them or just even observing them, they move through your body because emotions are just energy in motion. They want a place to go. So it's supposed to come down from the ethers, create a reaction in your mind, and then processes it through your nervous system and then back up and out. But usually we shove it down and then we use coping mechanisms or we compartmentalize or we disassociate. So you need stillness to signal the clarity because a lot of noise is going to come up. And when you learn to observe it, it moves out of you. And then you have all that mental chatter and brain fog just goes away and you have a clear head. This is why meditation is so important and why people feel it's so difficult because they get so many thoughts or traumatic things come up. But y- it's not meant to be a thing where you just shut your brain off. It's simply to just observe, to allow, and that's all you need to do. And then to soothe your nervous system when it reacts naturally, to tell yourself these are memories and I am safe now, and really grounding yourself in the present moment so that you could be still in your own body, in your environment, and be fully present. So regulate before you manifest. When you wake up in the morning, try to do it in a way where your body could just like go into the day without feeling rushed or I have to do a billion things the second you open your eyes. If you don't do this, you'll manifest from survival and everything will just constantly be a fight. And you won't be embracing your sovereignty that you were born with, that your soul exists as outside your body. It's literally your nervous system that is creating the upheaval in your life. So when you learn to soothe it, you'll open up so many opportunities that resonate at the frequency of the things that you want, and that's how you'll magnetize it. That's how you expand your quantum field. When it's very dense, it has a very low vibration point, so its magnetic pull is very, very low. So you're not even when you work on it, if you're not expanding it, working on it, you'll attract fractions of the things that you want. And you'll see those breadcrumbs And that's supposed to help you expand your field. But most people get discouraged by the breadcrumbs because their energy is so dense and they're not seeing, they're working so hard for so little. I myself feel that way still, and I work hard to retreat more into the version of who I want to be than who I was. So here's the quantum truth. You attract what you resonate with, not what you overthink or script in your mind. The imagination, the worrying, the stress, that's all just your mind making up a future that isn't real. So learn to just sit in the present moment and soothe that nervous system. I can't make that more clear. So embodiment is greater than obsession. Chasing after something as opposed to just learning to be is so much better. So if you want a life of peace and ease, how can you incorporate more of these themes into your life? Like slow mornings, perhaps, or getting up earlier so you don't have to rush to work, and honoring your time and the self-care that you give yourself before you get to work that you need, like eating a nutritious meal perhaps, or not running just on caffeine all day. So magnetic detachment says, I desire and I let it come through the highest timeline. I release the timeline, method, and logic. I only hold the frequency. Everything is about the energy that you hold every day. So if something bad happens, don't let it ruin your day. Let it take the 15 minutes it needs to pass and just move on with your day. You could always change it. Just like if you struggled your whole life, you could always live a different life. You could change it anytime you want. You need to stop resisting it. So, how to shift? Stop controlling the how and embody the who. Let go of controlling the outcome, but stay attuned to aligned action. Soften, breathe, and expand your field, and don't collapse it in neediness and density. Use use light language to unhook yourself from timelines, like constantly using reframes and mindset shifts to change the programming that comes up, especially when you're in stillness and you're reintegrating the things that have come up for you. Learn to unhook it from the future so that it doesn't keep playing out because it's not real. You could change your path anytime you want. So sever the cords of urgency that keep you pulled, going faster than you could even run, and calm the nervous system in any way that feels good. Learn to tune into your body and activate your intuition because it will tell you what you need. And anchor the truth of abundance and sufficiency in the present moment. That you are whole on your own, that you have all the resources you need, and that now is a time where success and money and abundance is so accessible because there are so many free apps that you can make millions and millions of dollars with from your phone, and most people have a phone. So just anchor that everything is possible for you and there are infinite ways to go about it, and that the universe will deliver it in divine timing as long as you hold that frequency. So here are some activation prompts. Let's drop the desperation now. Not with willpower, but with energy. Just let your body collapse and to soften and to release any tension that you might be holding. And check in with your body often so that you can release the tension that creeps back. And I'm going to transmit the frequency of detachment and least resistance into your field. I am setting it now. So if you want it, just nod your head and say, I accept. I'm sending it to you now. So receive it beyond logic. Just know that we are all connected. I am connected to you, and I am sending you all the love and light to help lift your spirit, to make things easy, so that you can live a life of ease and flow and abundance. This light language will unhook your attachment and return you to ease, neutrality, and receiving. Just know that by listening to this activation, that your codes and your DNA have shifted, and you are now shifting internally, which will reflect in your outer reality. You now know what you need to do to get the things that you want. You have more clarity and you have more of an understanding of where you are in life and where you're holding yourself back and the resistance that you have and where you need to make changes. You already know what to do now, so just work on the next step. Let your intuition guide you, activate it by tuning into your body and then soothing the nervous system reaction that comes up. So here's just some light codes to anchor this lesson and this divine activation into your being. Repeat after me. I don't chase, I calibrate. I don't control, I cooperate. I align and the field responds. I release the need to know. I trust the unseen is already at work. I trust that this activation has activated something deep within you and that your manifestations are closer than you think. If this was useful for you and you are watching this on YouTube and you want to learn more and dive into the work that we do inside of the Intuitive Alchemy Collective, like this quantum magnetism, the link is in the description box and I invite you to join us. You won't regret it. It's time that you harness this and you learn to manifest with ease and precision and no second guessing, and you develop unshakable trust in yourself and God. And I would love to have you. We would love to have you inside. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.